Hey guys, it's me, Sam here today, and today we are going to be playing with the new SHEGLAM Skinfluencer Foundation Balm. I'm really excited to play with these. I picked up 2 shades. So if you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Sam. I'm a makeup enthusiast. Makeup is my therapy. And if you feel the same way, be sure to hit the subscribe button. So let's get into it. So these retail for roughly $8.50. There's something like 39 shades. I picked up 2 of the shades. And hopefully one of them will work for me. I picked up the shade Golden and the shade Almond. This is the new packaging from SHEGLAM because their logo was quite different previously. And I like the way that this looks. It's so funny because literally after this launch, Kim Kardashian came out with her new line. And I feel like the packaging kind of reminds me of this. I also picked up one of their multi-fix concealer color corrector, like little palette things, because I've never tried one before and I figured I might as well. And I forget how much this retails for. I'll find out the price and put it here. But the packaging is super cute and I'll open it up. This is the colorway that I picked up. And then let's open up these foundations. Now I didn't completely open the foundation. I've just opened the box, and they do come in these really cute little duster bags. Makes me think of like Chanel, and they actually feel like decent quality duster bags. It's not like that cheap like see-through stuff that you've gotten before. And this is what she looks like. Really cute and sleek. This is actually quite pretty to like put in your vanity. And then the shade name is on the back. And I thought it was interesting. They actually have the expiration date on the foundation and the box. And I have to say, like, there's a ton of drugstore foundations that don't even tell you the expiration date. So I thought it was quite nice that they actually like included that on there, because again, like you don't see that on a lot of drugstore price items. So inside comes with this pamphlet, and basically it tells you that it's a full coverage foundation, that it's long wearing. It says it has an oil and water emulsification system, which adheres to the skin with a thin consistency. It's a long-lasting antioxidant formula that features 10 to 25 micron pre-mixed powders using amino acid wrapping technology to resist oil and sweat from makeup that stays without dulling. It's suitable for sensitive skin. It's talc-free, alcohol-free, non-allergenic ingredients. The active ingredients feature sodium hyaluronate and G-Moist C Gel H to moisturize. All right. And then on the opposite side, it tells you how to use the product. So they tell you to put your finger into the product to emulsify it, and then you're going to go in with a brush, and then you can layer it if you wanted a higher coverage. So we are going to open up both the sheets and then swatch them and see which shade will go best. I have the windows open, trying to do a little bit of natural light, so it's going to be coming in and out, unfortunately. My husband literally took the window blinds out because we're going to be replacing them, and this is what I'm dealing with. Because, you know, taking them out before having the new ones makes sense. So it comes with this seal. It was completely sealed all around. I'll show you the next one because I kind of was doing it without really thinking. So this is how it's sealed. It comes out pretty easily. So this first one right here is the shade Almond. Oh, it's very, very creamy. I put my finger in there and it immediately got balmy. So again, this is Almond. I feel like it's just a tad light, but it could work with my neck. It's just that the rest of me is so brown. Cause you know, it's done. All right, so let's try Golden. I was thinking of getting a third shade because I wasn't sure. I'm like in between shades right now. This time of the year kills me. So this is Golden. I feel like that's even lighter. We're probably going to have to go in with almond, but just so you can kind of see. This probably would match me a couple weeks ago before I got my tan. I do want to kind of leave it for a minute or two just to see how it if it oxidizes a little bit. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to leave it for a minute and then we'll kind of see what it looks like, what it does. All right, it's been a couple minutes and I feel like they have adjusted a little bit, but not that much. I'm going to go in with almonds. I just think that that's a little bit closer than the shade golden. That would have been perfect for me a couple weeks ago when I probably put in the order, but all right. So we're going to go in with the foundation just on my bare skin because I really want to see how it looks. And I don't want to put it over top a primer. I want to see if it accentuates any pores or anything like that. So we are going to go in with a brush just like it said because I did emulsify it with my fingers already. So here we go. Now try to use a very thin layer and then just layer it up as I go. I feel like there's a misconception about wearing foundation with a brush that if you use a brush, you're going to get super full coverage. And that's only if you literally do it like this. But if you spread foundation, I like with a brush that you can really stretch it out. This is my least favorite thing because my forehead is so much darker than the rest of my face. When I put this up here, it's going to get a little questionable for the shade. I'm just going to put a very little thin amount because otherwise I look like I'm wearing a crazy kabuki mask. So looking at the color obviously is not perfect because I've gotten some sun since I've decided to purchase this. And this is one layer with the brush. And I have to say, my pores right here look pretty darn good. They look really blurred. It's given a nice evening complexion. And so far, I'm really happy. I mean, this melasma sometimes just pokes through regardless what foundation I use. Sometimes the foundation covers it. And then when I put blush or something, if it disturbs it, it shows its ugly face. So we're going to put a little bit more just in this area just to see. And yeah, then I will finish my makeup and we'll check in later. So I applied another thin layer just right here. And I'm really impressed with how blurred my pores look. It's insane. I'm really, really shocked and surprised. You can still see my skin poking through again. I like to blur blend the foundation into the skin and then really kind of stretch it as far as it can go so that it looks as natural as possible. So I like the way it looks. I'm going to put some concealer, the rest of my face, and then show you guys how it looks then. Okay, so my under eye looks pretty darn good. I used the color corrector, my Wet n Wild's concealer in the shade Medium Golden, and then I actually went in with my SHEGLAM Instant Ready powder. I used the top one. This is in Toasted Almond. So this is what the powder looks like, true to color. It's kind of like a yellow, but not quite. It's like a yellow with a little bit of peach to it. And I think my under eyes look really, really smooth. And yeah, I like it. Hey guys, so I come back to you now 6 hours later. It is 8:30 at night and I put all of my makeup on at 2:30 this afternoon. And this is as authentic as it gets. I was did not touch up my face at all. I did not blot. And this is how I look. I think, considering that I have very oily skin and literally was sitting out in the sun by the pool watching the kids for a couple hours of the day. Went to a soccer game, went out to lunch, babysat some other kids today. Like, this looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I wanted to blot this area, but besides that, I felt like the rest of my face looks good. For bronzer, I didn't like set my whole face. I just used the Huda Beauty bronzer in the shade Rich. And for concealer, I did use the color correcting palette with my Incognito. I don't love the way that that looks, but we will experiment with that a little bit more because it might be just a situation where the formulas don't work well with each other. But as far as the foundation goes, no primer underneath the skin. I think it looks really, really good. Again, I'm going to go up close. I think it looks really good. I mean, you can see my oils breaking through significantly. Like, it's very oily and shiny, but you don't see my makeup breaking up any of the foundation. And it's not sinking into my pores looking absolutely crazy. And I still have it on my chin and all that. So let's just take my powder puff and dab some of the oils away and see. Usually I blot 2 or 3 times a day. So like, it was so tough for me to not blot. So let's see if we can take some of the oils away. And then how does it look? This doesn't have any powder on it. I'm going to throw this one out because it's at the end of its life. All right. So this is after blotting. I still look a little glossy. I mean, that's just my natural skin. It's going to look like that. I think it looks good. I think it looks great. My under eyes look crazy, but the rest of me looks pretty good. Yeah, if you're thinking about it, I think it's a really good product and a good price point. I do find that it's kind of similar to the KVD, but just a little bit more smooth, and it feels less oily than the KVD, but it's not and it's not so matte. It's kind of like a mix between the Milani cream to powder foundation and the KVD Good Apple, because the Milani cream to powder is actually a little bit more matte. So this kind of like feels like it meets right somewhere in the middle, which is nice. I like the price point. I haven't picked up a lot of Balm foundations because, to be honest, the one I have from KVD and the one I have from Milani, I barely reach for those. I just prefer a liquid foundation, something that comes in a pump over stuff like this. So that's why I didn't pick up the L'Oreal. That's why I didn't pick up the Danessa Myricks. But this is, inexpensive enough that if you wanted to try something like this out, and SHEIN constantly has coupons for 10, 15, 20% off. If you're on there buying a couple other things, you're definitely going to get a good amount off. And I think that it's worth it. Yeah, I liked it. I would probably wear it again. Surprisingly, like with bronzer and stuff, the color worked fine. Yeah, I really did like it. The packaging's beautiful. I think it's a good overall value if you're interested in a product like this. So if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you don't, give it a thumbs down. Until next time, love you guys. Bye.